I've been it for a year. I didn't want a council to break out into absolute chaos, which it would have done. And I didn't want a 50-50 flick of the problem is, right, if you take the 50-50 option, if that's what happened, if you picked a name out of the hat or drew a straw, you've almost accepted that that's what you're happy with. And what we are being told is whatever happens in this situation, that will be used as the democratic framework for moving forward. So if we literally sat there and said, okay, we're happy with a 50-50 coin flip, that is what would set the precedent for every instance of this moving forward in our council. I wasn't happy to accept that as a thing that was going to be moving forward. So I basically sat and spoke with Charlotte. I spoke to the monitoring officer, and I basically said, look, if you guys can agree, as in the council, if the council can agree to review the whole constitution in relation to opposition leaders between now and the July council meeting, full council meeting, and you put something through gas, you scrutinise it, you debate it, it goes through gas, goes through full council for a vote, I'll step aside. I'll let Charlotte take the reins for a couple of months to save all this absolute craziness. As I said, I didn't want the coin flip or the straw picking to go ahead because I didn't want that to be the president moving forward because that's crazy. So I thought, well, let me step down, resolves the problem for now temporarily, and it gives the council then 2.5 months, 3 months to now come up with a real sensible framework and constitution that they can implement moving forward. And that's what they have agreed to do. And I don't know if you've seen the news article this week, but obviously that the council have already stated that it will be going before July 2025. And I was happy with that because I thought, well, at least there'll be improvements or things moving forward, which is good. But what I will say though is that after I made that decision, we had Epsom and Ewell Council, the leader, Councillor Hannah Dalton, who's a lead P of the LGA. She contacted me, and they actually have exactly the same problem. And what she said is what they did in their council was that both people become leaders of the opposition. So she said is that the default position is that if the council doesn't have a constitutional outline in it, both people become the leader of the opposition until such time there is a constitutional change.
Right.
But as I say, by the time we got that advice and that guidance, I had already agreed to the terms. So I just let's let it play out.
Follow or subscribe for more.